Hey YouTube, it's me. So I'm gonna decided to change my cable. You can't even run your hand on it. You'll get metal shavings all inside. And I'm gonna replace it with this nylon, which is the way to go. So I'm gonna run you through the process. I've been seeing a lot of YouTube videos, like they're pulling the whole winch assembly out. I'm going to do it just by taking the front, unspooling it, and then putting this on, and then I'll show you how to tension it. So let's get started. In this situation on the Canam, it's an 8-inch Allen key. This is the stock roller that came with it. Well, not stock, but if you buy the OEM winch, it comes with that roller. So I'm going to replace that as well, just to make sure there's no burrs or anything on it, so we don't rip up our new line. So as always, you can't, let's see if you can see, but anyway, the nut's in back there, right about theirs. So you do need to use a wrench. In this case, it's a 16 mil, and you can either use a Maxim, Mastercraft Maximum, or whatever other flavor you're using. But yeah, just get those two off. It's not that tricky. Okay, so got that off. So just make sure you collect all your hardware. So your Allen key bolts with your nylon. So they've got a nylon nut and also a little lock washer. So make sure you find all those. I've put it ahead in spool, free spool, and you're going to want to use a set of gloves because, like I said, this thing is frayed as heck. This is about a year, just about 2 years old, and you can see the kind of shape this thing's in, which is why I'm going to go to the nylon. If I would have realized, I would have spent the extra 300 bucks at the time and bought the upgraded one right from the dealer. But yeah, so we'll spool this out. Once I get it all out and down to the drum, we'll figure out how to uncouple it from that drum. Okay, so the way they've got it in there, we go, that should help you out. See it? So it goes through this, looks like there's a hole, and then gets wrapped around, and then just kind of tucked in that other hole there. So I'm going to cut this off, and then we should be able to pull it through that hole, and then unwind it, and then start cleaning that drum out, and then start putting on the new one. So a little trick, because it's quite a tight fit. Just try to work smarter, not harder. So you can grab your wrench, just stick it in here like that, and then it's easier to do with two hands, but what you're going to do is just kind of tap it out. Use this as your leverage, and then you could even, I just hold it and hit with my other hand. You could get a mallet, and believe me, she'll work through. Okay, so I just want to show you how this is set up. So the way it's set up, so on this one here, that's where we pull the wire through. It actually gets wrapped on this side. It gets wrapped basically to the back side of the machine, so it's going up over the drum and then wrapping around, where on that second one it actually changes direction. It's going down. So once it comes through there, you're going to wrap it down, basically down towards the front of the machine first, and then around the back, and then all the way around, and then you go through that hole, and it looks like there's a little Allen key there. I'm going to spray some penetrant on it and get that wire line out. Pretty crazy how much rust starts. Like I said, this is 2 years old. So pretty crazy how much rust starts with these wire leads. So I definitely think nylon's the way to go. Once we get her in there, I'm going to probably spray some Worth film on there once I get it cleaned up, just to kind of stop the cancer. So I've gone ahead and sprayed the drum. I've got this Worth stuff This isn't sponsored, by the way, but they're pretty good stuff. And I find that it's probably the best penetrant that I've used. You can kind of see it's still kind of bubbling on there. I used it kind of as a rust remover as well. So that's why I sprayed the whole drum. So yeah, I'm gonna get that Allen key on there, rip that bad boy off, and then we will look and see how to install that cable. All right, so there's that little pin that goes in there, a little screw pin to kind of lock it. The nice thing is it was small. I was a little worried, but with that penetrant, it came out no problems. There's a lot of rust around it, and even on it, you can kind of see the color of it. It's all rusted out, but threads are still good. So we'll reuse that. Now what I'm gonna do is give another shot of penetrant just in there, pull the rest of that cable out. I'm gonna re-engage the electric. I had disconnected it, put that tape on it so I don't short anything out. I just disconnected the one side. It was in the way of the carabiner when I was taking it out with the wrench. Just gave me a little bit of room, all the room that I needed. So now we'll rip that bad boy out, clean it up, figured work smarter, not harder, and get that drum cleaned up as nice as we can. I've got some belt from a belt sander that snapped, so it's relatively clean and not still got a lot of grit in it. So I'll basically run the winch, make it turn for me, and then kind of go back and forth and clean that up. So I'll show you once it's cleaned, all right? But that's what I'm doing. And that's the way I'm doing it. Okay, so another tip is, so this is the part that I cut off that remained on the drum that was kind of folded in twice. So it's about lat long and metric. So I'm gonna use that to kind of know how much I need to pull through with the nylon. So I'll make sure that I have that much on there. Worst case scenario, if I need to clip a little bit at the end, I will. But yeah, let's see how that works. Okay, so I've managed to get it through there. What I'm gonna do though, so that's the way it looks. The little Allen key is right there. So I'm gonna screw that in. I've really torqued on this to make sure that that nylon rope is tight. You're supposed to pre-stretch it. So what I'll do is I'll get that little Allen key. I was gonna cut that off and then melt it with some heat, namely a lighter. But I think I'm gonna leave it on and just kind of tuck it over that. And then when I wrap the line, make sure that I go over, just so we don't have that big gap there. It'll fill that gap in pretty nice. So what I've done is I've made it to the truck. I just have there because I painted my hitch. I don't want it to get scuffed up. So now I'm just gonna basically winch it in with the weight of the machine. That should pre-tension it. And that's it, you're all done. I'll give you a shot once I get that carabiner and that installed. But tonight I should be able to get that winch back on and we're good to go. All right, so there it is. Got the new line in there. Got the fair lead or carabiner, same color as the line. And we got the stop in there as well. And that's job done.